Hey everyone, this is Eon Orange Apocalypse, and today I just wanted to show you an exploit you can do with Leetcode that I just want to make it clear before I show you this. I did bring it up to the Leetcode support team, and they deemed that this problem is not worth their time to fix, and claimed that it is all just entirely local. It's entirely on my end. Keep that in mind as I show you this exploit. Now, if we look at the problem that we have here, this is just a simple intro to pandas where all it's having you do is concatenate two tables. Simple enough, just a one line of code solution. And if I show you my submissions here, you can see I have two submissions. The first is one that runs in 296 milliseconds. That's just this. That's just this solution running the problem as intended. But then you'll notice this one that ran in 0 milliseconds. Now, the way that that one works is basically the exact same as this one. The actual logic of how we solve the problem is exactly the same, but with a bit of extra code. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to add a library called @exit, and we're going to import the register function. So from @exit, we are going to import register. So what this library does is it allows you to have a function be automatically called as the program is exiting, which will be useful for what we're going to be doing here. And register is just the function that lets you basically set a function as run automatically when the program shuts down. So let's go ahead and write that function. So we're going to define a function. We're just going to call it foo. It's going to take no arguments and return nothing. And in this function, we are going to open a file named display runtime.txt, and we're going to open it in write mode. Now, you can probably already tell where we're going with this, because what we're going to do is we are going to print out a 0 to this file. And that's the logic of what we're doing here. We're opening this file, we're printing a 0 to it. This will make it appear that our runtime is 0 milliseconds by changing this file. Then we're just going to register foo, and we're going to go ahead and submit. Later. And as you can see, it shows that our solution ran in 0 milliseconds because we have altered display runtime text. Now, this seems like it would just be a local problem, right? However, if that was the case, why does 0.4% of solutions use a similar method? Like, if it's just me altering this local file, which presumably would just show the display time like right here and right here, then how's it appearing over here? Well, let's see. And as you can see here, it is another solution that implements the exact same idea, although granted in a kind of more elegant way here using a lambda function and condensing this all into one line. But the logic of what they're doing here is exactly the same. So if this is entirely local, how are we seeing this solution that someone somewhere else at some other time wrote, who wasn't me, on the leaderboard? In fact, we can see all kinds of solutions here. Am I led to believe that these are all just somehow generated locally? How does that work? So if what the Leetcode team said, and that this was just entirely a local change, what is going on here? Why am I able to see the solution at the top of the leaderboard using allegedly 0 milliseconds of runtime? Now, I tried to bring this up to the guy I talked to at support, but he insisted that this is purely a local change, despite it, demonstrably not being one. We can see other people's solutions that have implemented this right there at the top. But since Leetcode has just decided that they don't care, I feel that I am completely in the right to just release knowledge to this publicly, because they have deemed it not worth their time. And if you want to have 0 milliseconds on every single one of the Leetcode assignments you do, just casually being at the top of the leaderboard for every single one of them, Here you go. Leetcode has given it their stamp of approval, and they don't care. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. See ya.